Good morning / good afternoon, IE Sports Radio listeners out there and sports fans around the world. Welcome to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Oh my goodness. We've got some craziness to get to today. The NFL Combine has not disappointed. I will always be angry when the big guys don't get over 30 on bench press. You can tell me a million times over that it doesn't matter, and I will tell you a million times over that either football is just not about strength anymore, or you might want to just get that player a year or two to get stronger and then start them. I'm just saying. Anyway, with that said, we have plenty to get to today, including that NFL Combine. We are also talking a little bit of NASCAR. Oh my goodness, it is going to be exciting. They're in Vegas today. And so, last weekend, Cecilia and I were in the stands in Fontana at the Auto Club Speedway. And here we are a week later, the Western Swing continues as NASCAR heads to their second destination in the West, Las Vegas, then ISM, then back out east. So, let's enjoy it, West Coast fans. Unfortunately, it only comes once, unless you're in Sonoma in June, but that's a different story. Anyway, with that said, we also got a little bit of IndyCar from last week, a little bit of catch-up, as well as NHRA news. Those Arizona Nats were awesome. Now they're off to Florida for the Gator Nats. We're talking some NCAA hockey and some NCAA basketball. Oh my goodness, you guys, these two tournaments are coming. If you've never seen a Frozen Four tournament, you might want to check it out. If you've never seen March Madness, I don't know who you are, but you might want to check it out. And of course, college lacrosse got underway a couple weeks back. We will be taking a little bit of a look at that. Also, small tad bit of some NCAA volleyball. NHL, the Florida teams continue to terrorize everybody in the NBA. Let's just take a look and be real of the teams who are pretty much on their way and the teams that are on their way to the draft. I mean, that's pretty much it. And, of course, today's, I guess, most interesting news. Here we go. The USFL, and will it even happen? Yeah, that's wonderful, right? With that said, you guys, you are now officially tuned in live to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We did not mention it in the introduction. That's my apologies. I'm a slight little bit under the weather, so I'm not feeling the best, so my apologies for missing a few things. We're also talking to NCAA, softball, and baseball. But coming up first, the soccer press. We had some great freaking games yesterday in the MLS. And realistically, I just want to give a big shout out to my LA Galaxy. Getting a nice victory, 1-0. Efrain Alvarez scoring the only goal in the 77th minute. Way to scare the hell out of us, Galaxy fans. Galaxy. But it's all good. So, with that said, we have here a couple big victories. New England was probably, they were the cream of the crop last year. New England was the gold standard until the playoffs, of course. But not too bad. New England starting things off. They got themselves a nice little victory after a draw last week. Pretty solid. The Red Bulls continue to dominate 4-1 over Toronto. And really, the big one was San Jose and Columbus Crew. A 3-3 draw. I'm not quite sure how this game would leave anybody unentertained. Maybe some irritation, I'm sure. But after being down early, of course, Columbus Crew, due to a penalty kick, Columbus Crew makes it happen. We have a 3-3 draw to end this game. A red card also given out in this game as well. Pretty interesting. But I tell you right now, what a way to start the season off with this MLS. I wish we could start in February all the time. Looks like we got some great soccer. Also, talk about a total shutout. The Colorado Rapids dismantle Atlanta United 3-0. And really, those were kind of, in my opinion, the biggest highlights of the weekend. You had a couple other ones. KC over Houston 1-0. Philadelphia over Montreal 2-1. Chicago and Orlando with a draw. DC United over Cincinnati 1-0. And Minnesota and Nashville with a draw as well. Vancouver, NYCFC with a draw. And Salt Lake in Seattle, man. Well, actually, in Salt Lake, 1-0 victory over the Sounders. There were some good games, but I feel like those were the all-time standouts right there. Today, we got some really good soccer, man. I'm just really excited for LAFC in Portland. I think it's actually going to be a very good soccer match early on. And then Austin will host Inter Miami. All going down in the MLS today. Week 2 is underway. Now it's time to roll on over to the rest of the world. I know Larry Biggs, the guy who disses all the soccer around the world. That's because there's no playoffs and somebody wins it. I know. But there actually were some really good games in this past week. I'm going to start off with just being a homer. I'm being really, really, really happy that Inter Milan got a 5-0 victory over Salernitana, I believe how you say it. Big victory last week. And really, this is going to set the stage. That was a major game. Tonight in Italia. But Napoli and Milan, AC Milan, will get underway in just a bit. This is exciting because right now with that victory, Inter Milan will lead by 1 point in the Serie A right now over Napoli. Okay, Napoli, once again, will play AC Milan, who is currently in 3rd place. Both of these teams have 57 points, and I guess they're kind of tied for 2nd. And that's going to be pretty much that. Juventus, they have a solid team. Definitely not what they were, especially after last year. Ronaldo, you guys know the story. But they have somewhat of a favorable schedule, I guess. Sampdoria, not the greatest. They also have lots and lots of, Champions League coming up. But realistically, you guys, yeah, they have a pretty, I don't want to say easy, but they should win all their games in May. Personally, Juventus should win out. And if that does happen, they may go forward and maybe contest for the win in Serie A for the title, but I don't really think so. Napoli, Verona, Udinese, yeah, solid games coming down the stretch. But really, I think Napoli is got a pretty favorable schedule as well. AC Milan, they are coming out with some solid games themselves as well recently. Realistically, they also have kind of a favorable schedule. Atalanta, really the only team I can see them having somewhat of a game with. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, what I really like about this right now, about Serie A, is the fact that we don't have that for sure winner. And as much as I want Inter Milan to win, it really is a 3-horse race right now going into the end of the season. So this is what I love to see. Everybody else is pretty much out of it. I mean, Juventus is hanging on by a thread. But I don't know. I'm of course I'm going to go with Inter Milan. But AC and Napoli are right there. So exciting stuff there in Serie A. In the Bundesliga, we have here Munich with 59 points, Dortmund with 50. We only have a few games left here once again. Some of these are in the Champions League, of course, so I mean, that does have to do with resting players and things like that, but overall, look, Munich is going to play Leverkusen coming up, and they're going to have Dortmund as well. If and only if Bayern struggles a little bit, Dortmund really has to be on their A game, and when that game comes in the 23rd between these two teams, Dortmund, it's a must-win. I mean, it's a 9-point gap right now on the table. I honestly don't think it's, I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I hate to say it. Bayern Munich is too good. But overall, I do feel that Dortmund will have a solid run. Just not enough to make it happen. I know, kind of messed up, right? But over in Lyon, in France, this one's pretty much over. Not going to spend too much time on a league that's pretty much over. PSG leads with 62 points. The next closest points is Nice in second with 49. Yeah. There you go. That's sometimes how these soccer leagues turn out. So, not necessarily the best. The turnout, sometimes we should be a little bit more competitive, but whatever. Anyway, next up, into the Premier League. This is a 2-horse race. Manchester United, 66 points. Liverpool with 63. Really, it's all going to come down to if Manchester City just lays an egg. Right now, they're playing United. It's the derby currently going underway, and Manchester City will lead. At the moment, Manchester City is leading Man United 2-1 in the 43rd minute. Man United, it's really weird seeing Manchester United not somewhere near the top, but tough days for them. At the moment, I'm not gonna predict the cup to just be handed over to Manchester City, but I do feel that they're probably gonna win this thing. Just because I don't see them stumbling at all. I really don't. They have I don't say the easiest schedule, but they got a bunch of teams that I'm pretty sure they could beat coming up in the next couple of months. And the same thing with Liverpool. They're good, but it just kind of seems like if they can't catch, and I know they're only 3 points back, and it would have to deal with some kind of upset. But as of right now, City looks like they're in the driver's seat. They're leading by 3 points. But who knows? Who knows what could happen? Liverpool could make it happen. I don't know. But solid stuff there. Next up, we have here another league who I think has already been decided. Real Madrid, 63. Sevilla, the next closest with 55. Really weird not seeing Barca up there. But, yeah, this is pretty much over as well. No need to even go further into it. It pretty much seems that this is going to be the conclusion. The Portuguese Liga is actually pretty cool. FC Porto with 64 points right now, and Sporting CP currently with 61 points. Benfica with 57. I mean, I guess I can climb into this, but overall, it looks like this might be FC Porto's year there. And then, of course, We have a bunch of games postponed today, not sure why. But in Liga MX, the season is nice and young, only 9 games in. But man, talk about a good start. Puebla getting things going early, leading with 21 points. Pachuca currently with 19, and UANL with 17. Leon with 15, and Cruz Azul with 14. So, of course, early on, we get all the good stuff. We shall see how it continues. All right, so with that said, y'all, that was the Soccer Press, and we'll be right back after this. You're listening to The Defining Moment right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Calling all Indiana sports fans, this is your podcast. Welcome to High Octane Entertainment on IE Sports Radio. Join me, Justin Lahr, as your host on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific to hear all the latest and greatest sports updates on everything from college to the pros in the great Hoosier State. No matter what, it's guaranteed to be high octane entertainment. That's Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is going on, everybody? This is Ben Matello, the host of the Yinza Report, right here on IE Sports Radio. I'm bringing you the latest in the Steel City, the City of Champions, from the Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, as well as the college game with both Penn State and Pitt. You could join me every Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, where I'll be talking about everything from the Steel City, the City of Champions, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Harrison Glazer, and we're coming at you from the Show That Never Sleeps podcast. I cover the Jets, the Islanders, the Nets, and the Yankees.
This is Pierre Moss, and I cover the Mets, Knicks, Rangers, and the Giants.
Our show is live every Wednesday through Spreaker and a bunch of other ways to get our content. Again, we're the show that never sleeps podcast. We talk about all those New York sports. It's a lot of fun. We get into all of it. Please tune in. Again, that's Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
And we look forward to having you guys right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. All kinds of good stuff going on here. We appreciate all of you tuning in this morning. Big ups to everyone in the chat room, of course. Mad love, my boy Taryn, Angela, and Kale Henderson, of course. Showing love and much appreciation, you guys. So, with that said, I just... no music, nothing. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Larry B, what are you saying damn it about at 9:21 in the morning your time? Why? Why are you angry? What's wrong? Do you need a hug? No, I'm fine. I'm just, a little irritated because the gosh damn USFL may not happen. Yeah. What the hell? We have been wanting a freaking football league in the spring for such a long time. Why? Because, well, if you're like me and you love football very much, you kind of want football as much as you can get it. I'm sorry, CFL. It's not that we don't like you. It's just, it's a little different, and broadcasts aren't, just smack dab, right there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I got Hulu TV. Oh, it's awesome. Shopping. It's... You, I just want to throw this out there. Hulu TV, and yeah, they're not sponsoring us, but it'd be nice if they were. Hulu TV is amazing. Cecilia and I get to do a lot more because I'm not stuck in front of the TV. So it's whenever we're just out and about, it's it doesn't stop us. We get to go and do whatever she wants to do, and I got all the games and everything right there on the phone. It's amazing. So anyway, with that said, though, I don't know if the CFL is the easiest thing to access on Hulu TV, but what I will say is the USFL is irritating because apparently the new owner. Okay, so this is how this is what I think. I seen a video a couple weeks ago, well, actually last week from Microphone on YouTube. Really cool dude. Make sure to check him out. Microphone on YouTube. I talk about the USFL not happening, and this just demoralized me because we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if the team's the same, but it's the same brand, the USFL. And we all know what happened. It lasted for 2 years. At least it lasted, and then it went under. Okay. You're not going to, go up against the giant, the NFL. We get it. But gosh damn it, USFL. They, at least according to Microphone on that video, he was saying that the USFL isn't necessarily trying to combat the NFL. They really are just trying to be a feeder league. Hey, we don't want no problems. We're just trying to play football, and if you like some of our players, you can take them. I mean, I'm hoping. I'm almost positive they don't want that. But what I'm saying is they kind of, developmental. At least they're taking that approach, at least from what I understand. Okay, that's really nice. But what's irritating is the fact that they're using the USFL name, and I guess the old owners or whatever are tripping because they're hey, why are you you took the name that we had and you're rebranded it, I guess. They're pretty much using the old name and saying it's back, but it has nothing to do with the old people who owned it, if that makes any sense, with the old owners and everything. Or owner, or person who created it. So, now they're going to court because they're getting sued, and if that happens, we don't even know if we're going to have a gosh damn USFL season. That's really frustrating, because, gosh dang it, man, we've been wanting football in the spring, and the USFL, I really don't even care what the hell you call the league. Obviously, it'd be really cool to have, number one, a developmental league. I am very, very convinced that had there been an NFL feeder league, I would have been in it. And a lot of players like myself that weren't very big, that didn't really have, you had a lot of heart, and you had pretty much all the other measurables that were, good in the weight room and good in speed and everything like that. But, there was no feeder league or anything, kind of like the minors in the MLB or in the NHL, or even like the academies. Andrew knows a thing or two about the academies in soccer. The NFL doesn't have anything like that. It's either you're good or you don't make it. And, not saying that I wasn't. I mean, of course, I'm not like on that level when I was coming out of college. I wasn't. But it just feels like there were so many guys who didn't really get that chance because it was either yay or nay. So, go to Canada. It's like, okay, so, I mean, so many leagues have tried and failed in the spring, and it sucks. There's a lot of shady crap. The Alliance a couple years ago, talk about players have to pay their own way, and rumors, I guess, about that, and paying for their own injuries and things like that, and not even getting paid that much. I get it. But the USFL is just bothering me because I really, 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 really want a freaking league in the spring, okay? Like, it would be really nice. But once again, if we get this lawsuit, I guess they already got the lawsuit. So, yeah, the USFL might be dead before it even starts. And that is today's happy news. Yay! I'm just kidding. That's kind of mean. Yay! I'm just saying it's irritating, okay? It's okay, shut up. Stop the applause button. Sorry. But I'm saying it's just kind of irritating. And I'm just frustrated because I would really like this to work. I would like this to work. So we'll find out. But take a look at the chat room, man. We got some bumping, man. Yep, Angela, she says, Angry Larry B, here he goes. And yes, we will get into the combine just a little bit, Kale. Awesome stuff there. We just finished up some soccer news, and I just did the usual, pretty much almost every European league. Andrew, I guess, go over and just say, like, yeah, it would be nice if it was competitive. Anyway, Andrew, yes, we need football year-round, and thank God for football, of course. Soccer, absolutely. And they're going back and forth. KO replying, football, real football, is year-round thanks to the NFL. There's always coverage. It's crazy how big they've gotten. Yeah, but there's no on-the-field football, and we need a freaking feeder league. I would love it. So, yes, Taryn is absolutely right. Larry B needs his football 24/7, 365, and 366 on freaking leap year. I'm just saying, it's a great sport. So, yeah, Andrew agrees that I do indeed. He says, I think all sports should implement an academy of some sort, and I agree. Why can't we just get that with football, damn it? I mean, really, is it that hard? I mean, apparently it is, and I guess it's really expensive, of course. I'm not putting up the funds, but I'm just saying it's annoying. And yes, Angela, don't we all, Taryn? Well, guess what? We all do. So, I just need to vent. I'm sorry. But as irritating as that is, let's put that in the rear view, and we'll have more news on that. Make sure to follow at 3 and Out, all spelled out, IESR, at 3 and Out, IESR. I'll be giving you news, of course, on the USFL. If things happen, if they don't, I'll be pissed, but what do you do? And that's going to be pretty much that. So anyway, you guys, with that said, let's go ahead and dip on in to a little bit of hockey and basketball. Wait, I got a little tripped up real quick. I was like, wait a minute. I was getting ready to go into, oh man, I'm so excited for baseball and softball because the MLB, and this is all you're going to get from the MLB out of me right now. Damn you guys. Okay, maybe not damn you guys, but like, it's frustrating, man. Like, can you make a deal? Can we get baseball? Like, I don't know. All I know is college baseball is going to thrive right now because that's the only baseball we're getting. I'm happy with that. I heard some commentators saying that, so I am really excited for that. We need more freaking baseball to be played. And you know what? I'm all for it, college. Let's go. And I think the minor leagues are still going to play. So Celia and I are happy to go see our Storm coming up this year and go catch our Lake Elsinore Storm that we live like not too far from. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for my little rant on the USFL and the MLB being greedy. With that said, or at least the owners being greedy, at least from my perspective. With that said, it's time to get on into a little bit of hockey and basketball. Let's do this! Quick and dirty, we've had all kinds of goodies from women's basketball. In the last couple of days, so many champions crowned. It has been championship weekend. I can't go over everybody, my apologies. But there has been lots and lots of quarterfinals and semifinals and all kinds of good stuff played. Right now we have the SoCon Championship going on between Furman and Mercer. That actually just started not too long ago. We have UMass and Dayton playing in the Atlantic 10 Championship today. So best luck to those two teams. And actually I thought there was going to be more. But of course we got more coming up this coming week. Really excited for that. And for the men, we do have, in fact, championship week coming up. Yeah! So, my overall excitement is going to come always from the Pac-12 because, we get lots of coverage of that over here on the West Coast. But, should be fun. And not to mention, today we're actually going to see Michigan taking on number 23 Ohio State. I just thought that was a fun fact to add for the show because I can watch two students from each of these schools arm wrestle and be excited because they just can't stand each other. So it's pretty awesome. So anyway, with that said, much more coming up this week. We got championships coming up, tournaments for the conferences coming up this week, and you guys, Selection freaking Sunday is almost upon us. We are so close, man, to these big games. And March 13th, y'all. Coming up next week. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken. No, it is not. Yes, it is. Sorry. Yep, next Sunday. And what are we going to get? March Madness coming up. So, be ready for this tournament. My two favorite days, of course. Thursday, March 17th, and Friday, March 18th, because, there's plenty of games being called. Catch a lot of those on IE Sports Radio, Mixler, USRN2, The Deuce, and, of course, WSR. We will have so much coverage of those games for you guys coming up. It's going to be exciting. So, on our Mixler family of networks, as Mr. Matt Owens always says, make sure to check us out. I am sure you'll love it. So, moving forward, we got that, of course, wrapping up some basketball. We will go ahead and jump a little bit into some NBA. I am thoroughly impressed. I just will tell you right now, yes, they damn near lost to the Kings because the Kings aren't that good of a basketball team, and I guess they were just trying to salvage pride at this point, which I understand. But the Mavericks, you guys, I haven't seen the Mavericks look this solid in years. It's like Dirk was back or something. Solid year for these guys. 39-25 on the season. Say what you want, man. This is a solid basketball team. And don't be surprised if you see them deep in the playoffs somewhere, man. This is a solid basketball team. And I thought they played very well throughout this year so far, and I think they're going to continue that. Overall, there is a little bit more to the 76ers now than what anybody thought there may be when the season started. Harden over there. The 76ers looking like another dominant team. I do want to add that the Bucks would beat the Bulls on Friday night. Bucks have really had their struggles this year, but they've also they've had less bad than good, which is almost identical. I mean, as of right now, the Bulls and the Bucks have the same exact record at 39-25 after that game. But I will say this. These two teams may meet again in the playoffs. We're almost certain. The Bulls have had probably one of the best years I've ever seen since Michael was around, man. And of course, the Bucks celebrate the championship, looking strong. Overall, I do feel that we're going to see these two stay on the stretch as well. The Suns taking care of business, also only winning by 1 point over a less than good team, the Knicks. But overall, Friday night stuff, very well. Last night, can we get a hand clap for those Lakers? Ladies and gentlemen, our beloved Los Angeles Lakers actually pulled their heads out of their rear end and played basketball last night. I couldn't believe it. I was just dumbfounded. But it does take LeBron James to score 56 freaking points in order for us to win. LeBron, we love you, brother. We love you. You are the man. You ball. You make things happen. But can someone freaking explain to me why no one else can do a damn thing? Really? Are you serious? It's like, oh, LeBron's here. We don't need to play. Like, are you freaking for real? I'm sorry. This is what I've seen this year. Lots of injuries, yes. And LeBron was due to break out. Homeboy blew this game open last night, and yeah, he was basically the whole damn team. That's not a diss on everybody, but I'm just saying it's irritating as all hell when we are 28-35 in March. What the hell? Especially with the team that we have. Regardless, though, he went off. Very good game last night. Taryn says it absolutely the best way, man. Best win of the season for the Lakers. Best win of the season for the Lakers. Year 19 for LeBron. Appreciate him while you can. And this is the truth, you guys. LeBron is the man, but just Father Time is undefeated. And as much as we love LeBron, he's not going to be around forever, you guys. Of course, we want him to be around on the sidelines, court side there. We want that. We don't want him to go, of course. But LeBron, his playing time it's coming. His time is definitely. He's been on the back half of his career, and who knows how many more years he has. But LeBron, we love you, man. And I think basketball loves you, no matter what, no matter who. Can't stand him. You gotta appreciate him. So, it's the truth. So, LeBron last night had an amazing performance. I'm not going to say that all those performances are gone. He's very solid. But can we help him, please? Does he have to do everything? Does he have to do everything, Lakers? Sorry. Anyway, with that said, Timberwolves beat the Trailblazers. Yay! But last night also, the Heat looking like this team looked very good last night. 99-82. The Heat will make it happen, man. And beat 22 points for the 76ers. But Tyler Arrow, man. Dude looked solid. 21 points of his own. The team victory. And really, man, defense. You don't see a lot of defense anymore. But very good victory here from these guys. And on to today. Nets and Celtics should be extremely entertaining. Suns and Bucks, I would love this to be an extremely good game. Will it be? I'm not sure, but I will say that it's exciting to know that the Suns, after not being so great for years, are being very competitive. Making it deep all the way last year. Could this be their year? We'll find out. Really, after that, there's nothing too exciting for today. I mean, yeah, Pelicans and Nuggets, Nuggets actually looking pretty impressive. They'll be a playoff team. Will they go far? Probably not. But, at least they're fun to watch. And Clippers, I mean, if they lose the Knicks somehow, that'd be great. But I don't really understand here that... I don't really think that we have a ton of great games coming up today. So, yeah, I mean, Raptors and Cavs should be pretty cool. But that's going to be pretty much it for some basketball. Now, we are going to kick it on over into some hockey. So, this will be kind of short and sweet. As for college hockey, women's hockey, of course, getting ready and set for that tournament coming up. I think, if I'm not mistaken, women's hockey, I think the season has concluded, if I'm not mistaken. I think this has been a season. Yes. Okay, so there we go. Courtesy of USCHO.com. This is the final week of the regular season, and we're not really going to see much, you guys. We have already seen plenty. Ohio State defeating Wisconsin 2-1 yesterday was pretty solid. But really, we're not going to get much more. This is just the end, the cross the T's and dot in the I's. The tournament will get started coming up, I believe, next week or the week after, and we are ready to roll. As for men's hockey, we still have a little bit to go. A game to watch out for, just because I feel like it's not really a rivalry, but there's some dislike there. Wisconsin and number 7 Notre Dame could be a lot of fun. Also, Penn State today, taking on number 12 Ohio State. Another pretty solid game. But this past weekend, the reason why is because I'm talking about Wisconsin and Notre Dame is yesterday. These two teams went freaking down to the wire, 3-2. Number 7 Notre Dame did win. However, it would be a very close game. Also, yesterday, extreme blowout. Oh my gosh. Number 4 Michigan takes it to their rivals, Michigan State. Down goes Sparty, 8-0, man. 8-0. Michigan will destroy Michigan State. And then, of course, we have here just a few upsets. Omaha knocking off number 5 North Dakota 4-1. Maine knocking off number 14 Boston University 8-1. So as you can see, you guys, lots of upsets here and lots of great games. Also, another upset, as I mentioned, Penn State and Ohio State. Penn State would actually defeat number 12 Ohio State at home, or actually on the road yesterday, 3-2. So lots of great games coming up here. Get ready for that Frozen Four tournament. I know you're excited for it. I'm excited for it, and it's going to be all kinds of fun. So let's move it on over into some NHL. All right, so my favorite thing this week in the NHL is the fact that my Ducks looked like they actually wanted to play hockey. We still lost this week to the Golden Knights. That team is pretty damn good, and we actually fought them 5-4. After seeing them get obliterated by the Kings a couple weeks ago, it was kind of nice seeing the Ducks have life. So, anyway, with that said, the two Florida teams are on a tear. I mean, it's ridiculous to see what these Florida teams have done. And the Atlantic is going to go through Florida. I mean, my goodness, you guys. The battle that we will have at the top of this game, at the top of this division, is going to be a lot of fun. The Panthers, the Florida Panthers, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are kicking ass. I mean, there's no other way to put it. These teams are solid. Taking a look here, just even at the conference, the Carolina Hurricanes, of course, leading the charge, but underneath them, you see both Florida teams, man. I don't know what sparked the Panthers, but damn, they're playing great. Okay? So as of right now, at this very moment, we have here in the Eastern Conference, Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, the New York Rangers, Toronto, Boston, and the Capitals. In the West, in the advanced playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, let's see here. Actually, at the top. So as of right now, let's take a look at it. So in the Atlantic, it is Florida, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. Metropolitan, Carolina, Pittsburgh, New York Rangers. And then, of course, the wild card, Boston and Washington right now. The teams that are on the outside looking in, look at that. The Blue Jackets, and believe it or not, the friggin' Detroit Red Wings. Actually, we do have ourselves a Canes fan in the room, Miss Angela Winstead. Angela, your Canes are freaking amazing. This team is playing no holds barred, and I love what I'm seeing out of these guys. So, continue to dominate. That's what I'm talking about. In the West, Colorado. In the Central here, we have Colorado, St. Louis, Minnesota. In the Pacific, Calgary, the Kings. Damn it. Just kidding. And the Vegas Golden Knights. And in the wild card, we got Nashville and Dallas. Right outside, we have Edmonton and Vancouver. I guess you can say the Ducks are in there with 61 points, but overall, you guys, that is the current playoff look, the current wild card, and we have a pretty good run down the stretch, y'all. Hockey is here. Hockey is amazing. If you don't love hockey, you need to get to a game. You need to check it out. You need to really enjoy this sport. So, with that said, you guys, take a short break. When we get back, we'll be talking NFL Combine right here on The Defining Moment on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
up, everybody? This is Taryn Rodriguez. Are you a fan of volleyball? Are you a fan of Thunderous Spikes? Then I have the show for you, Set Point, where I cover NCAA men's and women's volleyball, high school boys and girls volleyball, beach volleyball, and even professional volleyball. Catch the action every week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernick, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
This is correct. Adam Karnick, you are correct. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't be more excited. You can't. Than to know that IE Sports Radio is just 5 shows away from making it happen. Oh yeah. We are so close to covering every major sports region around the U.S., and we're so excited for that. So keep it coming, y'all. Keep it locked here at IE Sports Radio. So many great things come, and we appreciate you all so very much. Also, good time to let you know that this show is brought to you by the Southern California Warriors, my pro football team, of course, the team that I play for. Big ups to Oki and Leticia. Great people. To Alfahima. Great people. And definitely excited for another season coming on up here. So, with that said, you guys, we are going to talk a teeny tad bit of NCAA men's volleyball. Big ups to this is courtesy, of course, of NCAA men's volleyball on Twitter. The Beach, of course. You know, I love when Taryn sends the IE Sports Radio group the seat with the card with his name on it and then IE Sports Radio on it. It looks so freaking cool. Taryn covers these games, and it is awesome, man. So can we just give our boy Taryn a hand clap, man? Our boy Taryn is the man. So always great stuff there. Not too much to get through because I actually got to get through this, a little bit of softball, a little bit of baseball. Damn, son! And then the outro, all in 12 minutes. So really fast here. I wish I was going to go through some lacrosse. My apologies. But we'll get to that more coming up next week. But we do have, yesterday, the Beach, man. Right here, according to their tweet on Twitter, it says, number 2, Long Beach State hits 558. So .558 on the match in a sweep of Long Island. Look at that, man. Nikolov, 12 kills. Godbold, 12 kills for Long Beach. So go Beach. Amazing job for them. And Taryn said he had the table practically to himself, so that was awesome. Got to see these guys dominate. Coach Knipe is the man. He's been on IE Sports Radio before. It's just seeing this team dominate the way they do. Of course, they fell to UCLA a couple weeks ago. But there's also one more thing, man. And, of course, we're looking for them in the tournament this year to make things happen. But Pepperdine men's volleyball, actually, according to the Twitter here, once again, that is at NCAA men's volleyball, or at NCAA MVB. Pepperdine, it says here, nice little tweet, it says Jalen Jasper had the most kills by any wave since 2009. But unfortunately, Pepperdine couldn't pull off the reverse sweep in a loss at McKendree on Saturday night. Tough go for Pepperdine, man. Taryn talks plenty about Pepperdine men's volleyball. And really, I mean, this program has produced some major athletes. But unfortunately for them, was not going to happen, man. They could not pull this together. 5 sets, though, man. Look at this. According to PepperdineWaves.com, they went the full 5. But McKendry, of course, winning this final set 15-11. Damn, what a close one there. And hats off to Pepperdine, man. Still solid stuff there. And the season we're getting towards the middle-ish. So, it's looking solid. But Terrence says here, the first ever meeting between Long Beach State and Long Island. Oh, wow. Next week they begin conference play. So this is exciting, you guys. Really great stuff here. So, hate to move along so fast. NCAA softball, Oklahoma continues to freaking dominate. Really, it's kind of ridiculous when you see this team right here just play as well as they have, because it's like, who's going to beat them? It's seriously like, who? Oklahoma softball has been the pinnacle for the last, decade. It's exciting to see how well they played. So, with that said, let's talk a little bit of softball. Florida and Florida State, 2 top teams in the country right now. Both number 3 and number 4. Oklahoma leading the charge at number 1. Alabama at number 2. Florida State at number 3. Florida at number 4. And UCLA racking it up there at number 5. Apparently today, we got some great games going for y'all. Of course, these are all just tournament plays, invitationals, and all that fun stuff. But we've seen some amazing softball out of these teams, and plenty more to come. Moving on into NCAA baseball. Wow, the Sunshine Showdown series has been absolutely awesome. Florida and Miami. Actually, it's not the Sunshine. I'm so sorry. That's Florida State. But regardless, we have a battle here. Florida and Miami. Number 14, Florida taking on number 2, Miami on Friday. These 2 teams would go head to freaking head. Solid game. And, well, guess who would come out on top? As we know, a extremely well-played game here from those Florida Gators. But it wasn't good enough, as number 2 Miami wins at 5-2. Yesterday, they would go head-to-head again for the second time. And what happens? You guessed it. Miami took game 1. Florida will dominate game 2, 8-1. And right now they're getting set for, actually they're currently in game number 3, the rubber match. And Florida is dominating this one so far, 4-0 in the bottom of the third. So lots of more great baseball to come. And currently, as of right now, in the top 5, Texas, number 1. That Longhorns baseball is awesome. We have Ole Miss Ole Miss currently with number 2, Arkansas number 3, Oklahoma State number 4, and Vandy, the Vandy Boys, Vanderbilt at number 5. So, Karen wants to add, this is all we're talking about, the upsets from this past week. Number 10, UC San Diego upsets number 3, Hawaii on Wednesday. Huge win. Well, there you go. Make sure to tune in for Set Point with Taryn tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Always a great time there. With that said, y'all, it's about that time to get into our final segment of the show. I think y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for Damn Son! This past week was the NFL Combine. Yeah, the NFL Scouting Combine. Something that has become this spectacle, televised and everything, and it's been great. They moved the time this year, which is completely fine. Super cool stuff. It's good seeing it a little bit later. Kind of annoying. I wish I could see it a little earlier in the day like how it was, but whatever. With that said, we have an athlete that comes along every now and then. An athlete that gives us numbers that we're like, okay, this dude is the real deal. Then we have athletes that come along sometimes, and well, when they perform, it only leads you to say one thing. Damn, son. Damn, son! Oh my goodness! Can we just get the elephant out of the freaking room? What are they feeding these Georgia boys? Let's be real. D-line and linebackers were yesterday And I don't think I've seen a better group of guys coming from one school at one time in the combine look so damn good. It is ridiculous to think of how solid a lot of these freaking front seven players are this year, by the way. I am really excited for these guys coming out in the draft, and I think defense is definitely going to play a factor in this draft. We may see more defensive guys go than we ever have. But Jordan Davis, can we just get a quick little hand clap? This big man, 341 pounds, man. This dude outran, and they did a simulcam with him and Jameis Winston and Baker Mayfield, and he beat them both. Yeah. I mean, get that process, man. That's freakish. All right. What was this dude's final 40? He ran a 4.78. I don't care if that's a 4.8. It's not the most impressive thing in the world. Who cares? This dude is 341 pounds. He moves like a cat. He's huge. He's probably dense as crap. He's a big freaking guy. And he can move. Alright? Also, let's see, who else? I mean, realistically, man, Jordan Davis was like the man to watch. Devontae Wyatt. This dude seriously has great feet. I mean, we know how solid you have to be at defensive line when you're facing giants, alright? Well, these two guys right here, wherever they go, I mean, they're going to be an instant impact. This is what I love to see, man. So, these two coming out and dominating on the defensive line, I'm so excited about what these two guys will offer a football season coming up. Travon Walker coming out. This dude ran a 4.6. I think he's an end, but this dude's a freaking beast. What are they feeding these guys in Georgia? Kirby Smart, man, like you gotta steal, man. No wonder they're so damn good. But just a great group of young men coming out, and it's just awesome to see them ball. So with that said, you guys, plenty more combine talk. Myself, Mike Pat, Aaron Rodriguez, we will be talking, we'll be recapping, of course, the NFL Combine coming up this week. Time to be announced still, but we may have some more company on 3 and Out, but we will be talking about these players in super depth, so you don't want to miss it. And with that said, y'all, I think we all know what time it is. Cue the music! Because we're out of here, y'all. Well, that is going to do it. You know, it's exciting to see all these great things happening in sports, isn't it? It's exciting that we have sports back. So I'm not going to complain too much about the European soccer leagues being not the most competitive thing out there. I'm not going to complain too much about the USFL maybe not happening, even though that is really irritating. And I'm definitely not going to complain too much about a bunch of greedy owners in the MLB that don't want to give us a season. So I won't. But what I will do is be more positive and just know that everything is going to be alright. We have so many things to be grateful for, of course. As I always say, all thanks to the man above, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But without him, nothing is possible. And of course, all of you listeners out there, without you guys, man, IE Sports Radio is not possible. So many great shows going on here at IE Sports Radio now. We got the addition of Palm 3 Sports yesterday that I was really happy to be a part of for their inaugural episode. We have, this week coming up, Sin City Sports with Cale Henderson. We have the Buffalo Huddle with Patty Bax. I mean, we have a lot of great shows on the rise here at IE Sports Radio. And all we can ever ask is that you enjoy all this great stuff with us. All these wonderful things. We want you all to be a part of it. And it's by the fans for the fans. So, with that said, you guys, that is my time. My goodness, I didn't even, like I said, I was under the weather today. I don't feel that great. It sucks. Last day of the E1 semester at my current credential program, Boutique, so I'm just getting homework done and blast. So, I gotta go grocery shopping, blast. Just kidding. And of course, we have all of that stuff and school tomorrow. Yay. Of course, we're going back to work. So, I feel like, well, I've been working, but I'm just saying, the weekend's over, so it's alright. There are plenty of great things happening and blessings galore. So, with that said, y'all, that is my time, and that is going to do it. Make sure to follow IE Sports Radio on Twitter at IE Sports Radio. Also on Instagram at IE Sports Radio. Also on Facebook, give us a like at IE Sports Radio. We certainly like that. And of course, catch us every single day. There are shows. You just gotta find the time. We'll be releasing the schedule soon. Maybe I'll pin that up on our IE Sports Radio Twitter. But lots of excitement and lots of great things to come. Thank you, Taryn, for being in the chat room, of course. Kale, Angela, appreciate it as always. Andrew Hagenball. Yeah, there you go, Taryn. So I have another 40 hours of work this week, 6 a.m. to 2:30 on Monday through Friday. Yeah, I'm with you, Taryn. I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. Working every day, but it's such a blessing. I love the kids. I'm really excited to become a full-time teacher. Subbing has been awesome, but hey, on to the next chapter and on for a classroom of my own. So I'm really excited to make some differences in some kids' lives, and the same exact way that teachers made a difference in my life. So, and professors. So with that said, you guys, that is gonna do it. You can follow me, your boy Larry B, at the THEE_LB53. And well, that is going to do it. So many great shows. Big ups, of course, the Valley of Sports debuted yesterday. Catch all the shows to play back at iSportsRadio.com. Check out iSportsRadio.com/shop. And well, we will see you next week. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.